All praises to Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi, bahasham, rakah, kodash. Double honor to the apostles and elders, a great millstone that rule well. Shalom and peace. May that be unto the elect of the nation of Israel. So in Exodus 12, and we're looking at HaPesach, more specifically the Feast of Unleavened Bread, which they are interchangeable if you talk about the feast as a whole. Now Passover is one specific day, within the 7 days after that is the Feast of Unleavened Bread. So let's get into this. Looking at verse 15. It says, 7 days shall you eat unleavened bread. Even the first day you should put leaven out of your houses. And let's just look at these words here. Unleavened bread. This is where you get the idea of a matzah. Those that follow Judaism keep a matzah. So it says matazah, unleavened bread, cake without leaven. So a lot of Eastern cuisines, going like Elamite food, is like roti, naan. Now some of them do have leavening, but the flatbreads, some of them are unleavened. So that'd be an example of an unleavened cake. As I just mentioned, let's get research this. Matzah is so like not a biscuit. What do you call it? Like a savory biscuit. Can't quite remember. A cracker. A cracker. Okay. So what usually they might take that recipe, put yeast in it, which is a leavening agent, and then it would rise up, and that would be a leavened bread. But this is an example of unleavened bread. Roti, paratha, chapati. Now, as long as it's unleavened, like I said, some of them that might just be natural, but some of them do put leaven in. I would assume naan. Let's check that. Right, so example, that's a naan bread, with no yeast. So it's saying no yeast. That to me connotes that it would have yeast usually. So just be careful about what you're eating there. Now what is the point? Why do we do this? Why do we eat unleavened bread? What does it represent? And it's known first that so the first verse that comes up, if you search up lamb and blemish in the KJV, Exodus 12:5, your lamb shall be without blemish. A male of the first year, you should take it out from the sheep or from the goats. And then 1 Peter 1, this is this verse I was talking of. 1 Peter 1 and verse 18 through 21. For as much as you know that you were not redeemed with corruptible things, as silver and gold, from your vain conversation received by tradition from your fathers, with the precious blood of Hamashiach, as of a lamb without blemish and without spot. Why? Because he is that lamb. He is our Passover, if you read what Paul said. 1 Corinthians chapter 5, starting at verse 6. It says, your glorying is not good. Know ye not that a little leaven leaveneth the whole lump? So it's Zaime, or Zume. It says leaven, metaphor of inveterate mental and the moral corruption viewed in its tendency to infect others. Because if you have a camp and you're all teaching the right doctrine, then someone comes in and says, actually no, his name is Jesus, or his name is some different name, then someone else might start taking that. Then someone else from them, maybe two more people start taking that. And what do you have? You have leaven, because it's truly. Let's keep reading, because I'll bring that analogy back up, Lord willing. It says leaven is applied to that substance which is small in quantity, yet thoroughly pervades a thing by its influence. The NT use it both in a positive, Matthew 13 33. Says, another parable he spake here unto them, the kingdom of heaven is like unto leaven, which a woman took and hid in 3 measures of meal till the whole was leavened. And similarly, small things such as a mustard seed, blooms into a very large plant, paraphrasing that. But it says similarly, it says, on negative sense, a little leaven leaveneth the whole lump. So if you have a little bit of wickedness, one guy going all the way off, then he starts talking to these 2 other guys that were unleavened, parabolically, metaphorically unleavened, then the leaven can spread to him. It's like a cancer, man. So, you have to cut it out. A little leaven leaveneth. The whole lump. The word lump. Any substance mixed with water and kneaded. So a dough, basically. A mass, a lump, of dough, of clay. Because you sort of make, that's sort of like a dough. Not that you eat it, but the consistency and such. And then we've got zoom o. Let's just hear him say it.
Zumao.
Sorry. Let's try that again.
Strong's G 2220. Zumao. Zumao.
Zumao. Says to mix leaven with dough so as to make it ferment. And that's the thing, we're looking up yesterday, a lot of different alcohols, strong drink will have leaven in it, or is used in the process. For example, vodka is used in certain, well, I believe all, but I definitely know for certain that a few of them do. And certain of the ones it's used in the fermentation process. And that's the process that turns the sugars into alcohol. So you want to check that the wine you're drinking for this time doesn't have leaven in it. 1 Corinthians 5 and 6 again. Your glorying is not good. Know you not that a little leaven leaveneth the whole lump. So a little bit of that leavens the whole mixture. It says verse 7, purge out therefore the old leaven, that ye may be a new lump as ye are unleavened. For even Hamashiach, that meaning ha, meaning the, Mashiach, meaning Messiah, Redeemer. Basically, what it does mean is anointed. But Yahawashi Hamashiach is our Redeemer, our Savior, so on. But the term Messiah has come to mean that. Really, it means Mashiach. It goes back to rubbed or anointed. So also the Greek word is a chrisma or Christos. That's where you get the idea of Christ. And Jesus is a translation, so-called. But really it's not. The English term for Yahawashi would be Joshua. That's an English name. Jesus is from the Greek Jesus, which is a Greek term. Then they've put a J on it. J is a Renaissance letter, which came about, 1500s. So what does that mean? It means Jesus. That name only came around in the 1500s. So that can't be his name. His name's Yahawashi Hamashiach. Verse 7. Purge out therefore the old leaven, that ye may be a new lump as ye are unleavened. For even Hamashiach, our Passover, is sacrificed for us. So we've just learned with a lamb without blemish, which is Exodus 12 and 5. It says that. So we do that in remembrance and rehearsing the righteous acts. But our mindset and our mind frame is on Yahawashi being the Passover, right? That lamb without blemish. That's the sacrifice, the top sacrifice. All right, let's look at the word Passover as well. It's going to be the word Pascha, which is the Greek term for Pasach. Very similar, but wrong. Wrong in terms of Hebrew, that is.
Strong's G 3957. Pascha. Pascha.
It says the Paschal sacrifice. Anything that's Paschal is pertaining to the Greek word Pascha. Pascha. So Paschal, if you have the Paschal wine, that's the wine pertaining to the Passover. The Paschal bread, the bread pertaining to it, so on and so forth. The Paschal sacrifice, which was accustomed to be offered for the people's deliverance of old from Egypt. Now we're looking for deliverance from the whole place we've been scattered, but primarily Egypt, spiritual Egypt. Sodom, spiritually called Sodom and Egypt, Revelation 11 and 8, and that's Babylon the Great. Right, the Egypt again with ships, and so on. Definition 2. The Paschal lamb, i.e. the lamb the Israelites were accustomed to slay and eat on the 14th day of the month of Nisan, the first month of their year, in memory of the day on which their fathers, preparing to depart from Egypt, were bidden by the Most High to slay and eat a lamb, and to sprinkle their doorposts with its blood, that the destroying angel, now who is the destroying angel? That's probably a whole video. It says, and to sprinkle their doorposts with its blood. And now we often make reference to being covered and being protected by the blood of Yahawashi. Okay, now that's very significant, especially bearing in mind that he is our Passover, he is our top sacrifice. Okay, so it says we're bidden by the Most High to slay and eat a lamb, and to sprinkle their doorposts with its blood, that the destroying angel, seeing the blood, might pass over their dwellings. The Messiah crucified is likened to the slain Paschal lamb. There it is. I should have just kept reading. Right, definition 3. It says the Paschal Supper, the Paschal Feast. Right. It says the Paschal Feast, the Feast of the Passover, extending from the 14th to the 20th day of the month of Nisan. Right, so that's the Passover. I'll just finish off the rest of this. Finish the show. Purge out therefore the old leaven, that you may be a new lump, as you are unleavened. For even Hamashiach, our Passover, is sacrificed for us. Verse 8. Therefore let us keep the feast not with old leaven, neither with the leaven of malice and wickedness, but with the unleavened bread of sincerity and truth. So that's what it's representing. So if you're getting roti, naan, whatever bread you're getting, just make sure it's not got any yeast, any leaven up in it. So I'll leave it there. Shalom. Next one, Lord willing. All praises to Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi, bahasham, Ruach HaKodesh. Shalom.